Hello. Day 5. This is day 5 of my 30 days of vlogging. It's actually nighttime. I've been doing all of my vlogging first thing in the morning. Something pops in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk about that. Today, what up? You want to say hello?
Sure. Hi.
What should I talk about?
Who locked the keys in the car?
Elijah. That's what I was going to talk about. I'm going to talk
I
about
used to do that.
all the broken things in our life. He locked the keys in the car because the locks don't work and they lock on their own and you can't re-unlock them. And the door's shut and the car is on. Close the door.
Right, bye.
Don't lock it though. I'm just kidding. Just close the door. Okay. So, hello. There's my life. This vlog is going to be kind of short. I just don't really have much to say. There were some topics in my mind that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about being a hermit, like postpartum depression or messy houses, or those are some of the things. It was a really good sermon at church today, and I thought about vlogging about that. But just now, right after I was putting the babies down to sleep, I woke up, or I didn't wake up, but I got up, and Daniel looks he's always irritated, but he looks a little extra irritated, and Elijah has this look on his face, like, oh, my bad. So what had happened was, everything in our life is broken. I feel like we live in brokenness. Like, our house is broken. There's just something's broken all the time. I don't know if that's a kid thing or for bad luck or we just don't take care of our things or what, but this car is fairly new to us, and I feel like there's been something wrong with it ever since. But the biggest thing about this car that irritates me the most is the locks don't work properly. There's a short somewhere. So sometimes the button works, sometimes it doesn't. And so I remember specifically when this really pissed me, scared me, was when the flood happened. I remember being terrified that we were going to be stranded in this car, and the water was rising. It was going past the tires. It was right up to the tip of the tires, like at the top. We were trying to drive through the water, and I have so during the flood, when we finally evacuated our house, the water from the front yard went from 2 inches to 2 feet in less than 10 minutes. It was freaky. I remember loading the car up with the babies. By the way, I had a fresh C-section scar, so Quinn was 5 days old. And well, I guess I just changed subject. I'm going to tell you the story about when we evacuated for the flood real quick and how it's relevant about this stupid car and the locks. But anyway, I remember Daniel we loaded up what we could in the car, got in, and the water was just coming up to the driveway, and it was just right there at your feet, up at the soles of your shoes. We hopped in the car, and then he runs back in. He gets Lincoln because Lincoln was asleep. Put him in the car, and by the time he went back to the house to lock it and came back out, it was up to our knees. It was crazy. It was so fast. Anyway, I remember when we were driving out, all that I can think was, oh my God, that lock doesn't work, and if something happens, I can't unlock the doors and we can't get out. Which child is going to save the other child? I can't get this C-section scar wet. I can't carry the car seat. I can't carry Lincoln. Oh my God. And so I had 3 teenagers and 2 babies. Quinn was 5 days old and Lincoln was 2 years old. And I was thinking in my head, okay, that lock doesn't work. This window doesn't work. We can't do this. So Elijah, you get this kid, and da-da-da-da. Anyway, so the locks have been broken that long, and they just continually get worse. But it's one of those things that whenever you're so used to something being broken in your life, you just let it go and you forget about it until it's actually really important. Like when the car is on and you need to get something out of the back of the car, and you open the car door and the lock, you actually accidentally hit the lock button or something, I don't know, or you can't unlock it. I don't know what happened, but Elijah ended up locking the keys in the car, and the car is on right now in the driveway. The car is on, doors are locked, Daniel can't jimmy it in and unlock the thing or whatever. Anyway, it's not the first time that this has happened. This is why Daniel looks perturbed, but he isn't yelling or like loudly angry at the moment, is because he did this when he was picking the kids up from school. He was picking the babies up from the daycare, and I got a call when I was at a meeting, the Arts Commission meeting. So of course, during a really important time of me, of my life, he has to call me and say like, oh, I was picking the kids up from daycare, and the keys are in the car, and the car is on. And I started freaking out. I thought maybe he locked the babies in. Luckily, he did not. But anyway, so that's our poltergeist car, where it seems like it just kind of does its own thing. Sometimes the windows work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the locks work, sometimes they don't. But I always have a game plan. So I guess we all find a way of working around the things that are broken in our lives. That can be a very metaphorical statement, and that could also just be a very literal statement. At this moment, it is literal, and at this moment, I cannot think of anything metaphorical about how that would fit in to some kind of wise words for you. But we all definitely have some brokenness that we just decide to work around all the time, instead of just fixing it and making our lives a little bit easier in the long run. So that being said, I'll be calling the shop tomorrow to finally get the car locks fixed, because I don't want my babies getting trapped in my car. I think that's it. Have a good night. Let's go out here and let's see if there's any progress. Hold on. How you doing? What? Is it stuck? Hi, baby.